Oh, wow, wow. When I look back over my life, it is a wow, 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 wow. I was sitting in my bedroom. I've been known for this statement that I have coined in the Provoke community. No pain wasted, no season wasted, no situation wasted. Nothing in your life is ever wasted. Go ahead, like, share, tag 3 people. If you're catching the replay and you wondering who I am, I don't feel like introducing tonight. Go double back on some of my old videos or go over to my newly found YouTube channel where you can get to know a little bit more about me and you can watch a few videos. I don't want to introduce tonight. Put it in the chat. I don't feel like introducing myself. Besides me saying I'm Lady Laurona Phelps, that's it. That's all. I don't want to convince nobody that they should be on the live. I don't want to convince nobody that they should be in my life. I'm just not in that convincing state of mind right now. I almost went back to starting to convince again, but I have decided, put it in the chat, that I just don't feel like convincing anybody. Y'all, I'm in a wow moment. Have you ever been in a place where you are just wowed? I'm literally wowed for a lot of things. Just put it in the chat whether you understand my wow moment or not. Put it in the chat. I'm wowed. I believe that our words have power. So I'm always one that guard my words. I'm always one that's going to watch what I say. Even if I'm in the most terrible season of my life, Sophie, I still use my words to create that I want. I've always been a big dreamer since I was a little girl. I told you all, I dreamed of being married. I dreamed of having children. I knew what I wanted. I dreamed of being a mother. I dreamed of being a grandmother. Isn't that crazy, y'all? Like, even when Bishop on the altar. Y'all, this internet trying to cut up tonight. It's been raining and storming real bad, so I knew it was going to act, I'm saying internet, this Wi-Fi. I knew it was going to try to act crazy tonight, but if it's spin and buff, y'all just stay on because I'm not going nowhere. Put it in the chat. She's not going nowhere. But even when Bishop would have us to write down our goals and things that we wanted to do, in our that we wanted God to do in our life, I always knew that it was things that couldn't necessarily be swiped for. I graduated. Don't get me wrong. Let's be real. We all love nice things. That's not it. But it comes to a place in your life where what you begin to desire, you can't swipe for it. I'm looking for something deeper. I'm looking for something more. And I've been on that journey of more. I've been on that journey of something deeper for quite some time now, to be very honest with you. And so now to be sitting in the desires of my heart, to be sitting in some things that I literally prayed for, to be sitting in some things. And when I say, y'all got to hear me, because people want to equate it to just materialistic things. And that's, let me tell you, if God decided to take it all tomorrow, I would rather have that I have desired more of than the stuff that you can tangibly touch. It's nothing like a peace of mind. It's nothing like a forgiving heart. It's nothing like being able to let go for real. Not saying you have to deal with the people, but it's nothing like being free in your mind. It's nothing like having the freedom in your mind. It's nothing like being able to recover from grief and laugh again and to walk that thing out. And so I'm in a wild season because I was sitting in my bedroom with my new little best friend. His name is Avery. I was sitting in my bedroom and with my other little best friend, my granddaughter, Iceland, and both of them right now are literally laying on my bed. And I looked at them and my heart just began to be like, whew. It was like so much love right here that I could barely take it. And I said, God, I just thank you. I thank you for what is. I thank you for what remains. I thank you for what I have. And as I began to look back over my last 11 months of my life, right? I'm like, I've been in a whole fog. Have you ever been in a place where things were just so foggy? And for those that have been following me, you know why I've been in a fog. But I began to give God praise in my room. And this is why, and I swiped the comments to the right for a minute because I deliberately don't want to see them for a minute because I just want to be able to talk to you. I just want you to be able to understand what I'm saying. And I don't care who's on and whatever. And I see the people coming on, but I swiped it to the right because I want you to hear me, and I want you to hear me real good. I'm wowed because what the enemy tried to swallow me in, what tried to literally suffocate me and swallow me. Yes, I know you have to walk certain seasons out. I am a firm believer. I posted it on my TikTok page. It was a voiceover of somebody else, and I posted it because I believed in what he was saying. And he said something like this, and I may not be repeating it verbatim, but he said something like this: you don't get to skip over chapters in your book, your story. You can't skip through a chapter. You can't skip through hard seasons. You can't skip through the trials or the hand that has been dealt. But what I made a decision, I can't skip a chapter, but I can walk through it. And I made a conscious decision that I was going to walk this thing out. These are my wow moments that I had in my bedroom as I began to give God praise. I'm wowed that consistency and discipline has hit my life in another area of my life, where I've shown consistency in certain areas, where I've been disciplined in certain areas. I had to get sick of areas in my life that I had no accountability to nobody for. I had to get sick of showing up to church late and being a whole first lady where it's, I mean, and this is no shade to nobody, but it's like, it's really okay. Like I, you know, the culture that's been created, that's what we do. That's what, you know, even with my husband, he's never late. Like he has, I don't care, bishop, archbishop, he's never late nowhere, never show up at church late, never ever late. But that was something that I struggled in tremendously. I would break the habit, and then all of a sudden, because my heart wasn't aligned with what it is, it was because I was being told to do it, or it was like this is a requirement for leadership, but it wasn't in my heart for leadership. And until I was able to grab that thing for myself, like, Laurona, how are you requiring something out of somebody that you're not willing to do yourself? And let me just go even deeper. How are you expecting God to open up these major doors that you've been, new rooms, new regions? Well, baby, you can't even show up in the rooms on time. So how are you declaring new rooms when you don't even respect the rooms that God is getting ready or has already given you? You got to respect the room before you can declare the room. You got to respect the room before you can walk in the room. And I had to deal with those things that I wasn't necessarily accountable to nobody about. I had to wake up one day and say, Laurona, you got to be sick of this type of stuff. You're expecting God to do all of this. You're declaring new rooms, new regions. How are you expecting to go in regions that you have never treaded? Your foot have never treaded. Never trusting God to put you in these regions, but baby, you can't even show up on time. You missing flights, not literally, but you're capable of it because you don't manage your time well. You're not managing your season well. You're not managing your prophecy well. You're not managing your confession well, because if it's coming out your mouth and you really believe in it, then what do you do when it finally happened, but you're not prepared because you haven't managed your time well? What happens, Laurona, if the door finally opens? What happens if the room finally opens? What happens if the region finally opens, but you don't honor time? What happens if the relationship finally opens, but you don't honor time? You pulling up when you want to pull up, and that's not the way it works. So I'm wowed that I was able to openly, number one, confess this on a provoking moment. That's number one. Number two, to where I'm like literally running out the truck, running up the stairs, and it is no shade. I have amazing armor bearers. I thank God for them. But like to the point where I'm not even doing no small talk. No, it's 2 minutes before 10:15. I cannot be late. I made up in my mind. Come on. Flood the chat. I'm getting ready to look at your comments now. Flood the chat. I can't be late. I can't show up late. I can't miss what God has for me. It's not that God doesn't hear our prayers. Sometimes we're not respecting what we're praying for. We have no respect. We have no respect for what we expect God to do. And it's not that he's not answering prayers. We're not respecting what we're praying about. And I said, I'm not showing up late anymore. I'm not showing up, and I'm not taking God for granted. I'm not getting that comfortable with him like I'm the great thou art. Like I'm that girl. So I'm such that girl that I get to walk up in prayer when I get ready. No, I'm not doing that, because if I've been called to leadership, I got to pay the price of leadership. Put it in the chat. If you've been called to leadership, you have to pay the price to leadership. Hey, Bishop, if you've been called to lead, you got to pay the price to lead. And so either you pick whether or not you want to lead or you want to follow. It's either or. I don't get to dilly-dally and do it like I want to do. I know I'm a leader. I want to dominate in some areas, but I want to lack in other areas. No, that's why we're not getting what what we're asking God for. That is why we're not getting what we are asking God for. I want to be a boss. I want to dominate in this area, but I want to slack off in this area. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that in this season. And I feel like God was saying, you know what, Laurona, put some respect on my name. Not only put some respect on my name, put some respect on yourself. Put some respect on what you've been believing God for, what you've been praying. So I'm wild to say that for the last couple of weeks, and this is my praise report, I'm wild to be able to say I've been intentional with making sure that I'm on time. It's a priority. I've given birth to something new. It's a priority. Why? Because it's some requests that I have before God, and I believe that those small tests, we got to pass them. I don't believe I get to skip it. I said it at the live provoking moment. I don't believe that I get to skip the line from the person that's been faithful. I don't believe I get to skip the line from the person that's been showing up on time. I don't believe I get to skip the line from the person that's been sowing, from the person that's been sacrificing. Who do we think we are? We get to just move in front of all of these people who have found self-discipline spiritually, physically, come on, financially. No, you don't get to skip the line. You got to go through the same process that others go through. And that's where I'm finding myself. Like, I don't want to be this 60-year-old woman that never got it together. So I had to become sick of me. Put it in the chat. I became sick of me. This wasn't nobody else telling me. Nobody came to me. It was me looking at me one day. Can you tolerate what you're looking at every day? I could no longer tolerate that version of me. I could no longer tolerate the lack side of me. I could no longer tolerate this person who was basically slipping back into a mindset of it does not matter. It does matter. Next level requires discipline. I don't want to slip back to the girl that does not have discipline. I'm in the category of being that girl who have enough discipline to apply it to her life, to go after what it is that she wants. I know what it requires. I knew what it required when I was 14 years old. When I gave birth to my first son, Samuel, I said, I don't want to fall into statistics. I already have. I don't want to lean on this and lean on that. What I can do, I can't erase this, because as a young child, I was convicted. As a young mother, I was convicted. I'm going to keep my child, but guess what? We're going to beat odds. We're going to beat statistics. This is what we are going to do. And in certain areas, I worked my butt off to make sure that I did not fall into different categories, to make sure that I did not stand in different lines. I know what it requires, and there's no way that I'm going to let the immature version of me, the young, timid version of me, outdo the grown woman in me. Who am I talking to on this live on today? And I'm constantly reminding myself, Laurona, is going to take a certain level of discipline for you to crack the code. You want to crack the code of success. You want to crack the code of peace. You want to crack the code. Let me stop right there. You want to crack the code of peace, but you keep picking up the phone, having the same irrelevant conversations, and you wondering why you're disturbed in your sleep. You can't sleep at night. You toss and turn. You on sleeping pills. It's because you have not cracked the code to peace. Guard your gates. Guard your ear gates. I've learned how to crack different codes through discipline, and you got to discipline yourself. It's not easy. It's easier to fall into the traps of the enemy. It's easier. I told myself this morning. It was 6 o'clock. I had a decision to make. Laurona, get up, go out the door, or lay in the bed. Which one are you going to do today? Every morning, it's not easy. Every morning, I'm going back and forth with me. Not back and forth with people, KK. It's not back and forth with my haters. Not back and forth with people that's jealous. Back and forth with me. The mind games in my head. What are you going to do, Laurona? Guess what? It's light. It's 6 o'clock. What you going to do? Every morning, I'm going through this mind battle. What are you going to do? Why? Because it requires discipline. And guess what? There's a side of you. Now forget the folks. Forget who didn't give you an opportunity. Forget who you feel like didn't support you. Forget what your mama them did. Forget what your uncle them did. Forget all of that. Let's talk about you versus you. Let's talk about every time you have talked yourself. Come on, somebody. Let's talk about that. Every time you have talked yourself out of going forward. Every time you have talked yourself out of moving to the next level. It requires discipline. Are you willing to do it? And that's what I had to tell myself even this morning. So for the first time, I'm able to report to you all. My goal is to walk 4 days out of the week, 4 days out of 7. This morning, I met my goal. This morning, and to do 3 miles until I work myself back up to 5 miles in the morning. To do 3 miles before we go open up the summer camp, before we go to the school. I have made up in my mind that 4 days out of the week, I'm getting results no matter what. And so I'm going back and forth with me. I'm not going back and forth with my husband. I'm not going back and forth with nobody in the house. I'm going back and forth with me. Laurona, you got to do this for you. It's not about the man who you lay beside every night. It's not about your girls who some upstairs. It's not about that. It's not about your spiritual children. It's not about your son that's married to his wife. This one is about you. What are you going to do for you? What are you? Who is going to push you in this season like you do? Nobody. Because guess what? You don't have to be accountable to nobody for this. You can lay in the bed, but you got to learn how to be accountable enough for yourself. This is not about 2 pieces no more for me. It's about being able to live. It's about being able to breathe. It's about being able to be here for my grandchildren. This is not about being able to put on my Daisy Dukes like back in the day. This is about being able to be here for my children and my grandchildren. So I got to make a decision on whether I'm worth fighting for in this season. So I'm wild that I can report for the first time in the longest time. And I'm provoking you in this area. I can say I met my goal this morning. When I walked back up my steps, it felt good because I'm breaking this stuff. I'm breaking what tried to swallow me up. I'm breaking it. I'm breaking the excuses. I'm breaking it. I'm breaking it off of my life. I'm showing up at prayer on time. I'm breaking it out of my life. I don't want to be there. I had to become sick of me, and I became sick of me, and I'm proud of the woman that I am becoming. I am proud that I'm getting results in July. I am proud that I can look at myself in the mirror, and I am proud of me. And I want to provoke you to be able to get up again and fight for yourself. I want to provoke you to fight for your spiritual relationship with the Lord. I want to provoke you to get back in church. I don't care what the folk are saying about the church. I don't care what was done in your last church. I want to provoke you back to your rightful borders in Christ Jesus. Why did I take a year? Why did I sit in front of this provoking moment every Tuesday and every Thursday? Literally, I came back. My mother, I buried her on August. She passed away on August the 5th. We buried her 4 days later, and literally a month later, I could hear my mother saying, "Don't stop. You are called to provoke." And I got on this live Tuesday and Thursday in the fog. I got on this live sometimes drying my tears before I push play. Why? Because I have a passion to provoke. I got a passion to push those. I wanted to be an example for what it looked like to fight through the pain, what it looked like to walk through unpleasant seasons and unpleasant chapters of your life. And I was in my room and I said, wow, God, in about 3 weeks, it'll be a year. I can't believe it's been a year since my mother went to heaven. And I heard the Spirit of the Lord whisper these words to me. He said, "You're up now, and I'm proud of you." I don't know who I came to provoke on tonight, but God is pleased with our up. God is pleased with our going. God is pleased at the fact that you did not quit. God is pleased at the fact that you kept your sword in your hand even when you were bleeding. God is pleased. I began to reflect over my life, and I'm like, oh my God, in the last 9 and 10 months, I still encourage people who had to bury family members all while my heart was bleeding. God, I still encourage parents for their children. I still prayed with people. I still showed up every Sunday. I still showed up every Wednesday. I still showed up every Monday. I leaned into you, and I'm proud to say that we're on the other side. I'm proud to say that in our getting up, yes, we were down for a moment, but we're up. We never stopped. We may have had to catch our breath, but we did not stop. I dare you to put it in the chat. I may have to stop and catch my breath, but I promise you, I'm not quitting. We may have to stop to patch up some wounds, but we never quit. And I'm wild at the fact that provokers, here we are 2 weeks from one of the things that I thought I could not survive. Here we are 2 weeks away, and we're up now. I dare you to put it in the chat. We're up now. God is pleased with our up, and that's why July is the month of results. I did not understand it. I've been telling y'all, oh my God, y'all help me. God, I thank you and I glorify you. I did not understand it. I did not understand it while I was saying it. In June, I told y'all, I heard the Spirit of the Lord say this. God, I thank you and I glorify you. I heard the Spirit of the Lord say in June to me, he said, Laurona, you're not coming out of July empty-handed. I heard God say it. As a matter of fact, I told you I was so confident in it. I compared it to when God told me to do Provoke, to do the conference. I told y'all how I came down the stairs and I told Bishop that God said to do Provoke and that it would be 500 women. And God did not fail us. Within 4 to 5 weeks, we were sold out for the space of 500 plus women. I believe we went to like 525 and I had to cut it off. That's how much I was sure that I heard God. I compared that to, I told y'all about that. I said, I heard the Spirit of the Lord say that in July, we're not coming out provokers empty-handed, but I did not understand until today, because being 2 weeks away from celebrating my mother transition to heaven, and I did say celebrating because I thank God that what she worked for, and I thank God that more than being a business owner, more than being a wife, life, more than being a mother, more than being a great friend. My mother worked hard to please God, and she works for her heavenly home. She worked for where she rests at now, and that is in heaven. She worked hard for that. She took pride in being a woman of God. So yes, I celebrate that my mother made it to what she worked hard for, what she believed. She loved God with all of her heart, and I did not understand until today that God was saying that I won't come out empty-handed. He said everything that you went through this past year, and I'm not even talking about my mother's transition. I'm not talking about her celebration of life. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the things that was done unto my husband, unto myself. It's amazing that when you're on your back, people try to put their foot on your throat. It's amazing that when you barely can breathe, they try to put a plastic bag over your head. And I remember being like literally swallowed in grief. People think, because I believe the Bible, that we do not grieve like others. Yes, it was some hard days, but let me tell you the truth, it became harder because people began to turn their backs on us like never before. People began to to X us out. People that we consoled and that we poured up for and that we rode up on and that we comforted, left us when we needed to be comforted. Yes, I said it, but I have no hard feelings. Even if you're watching this live and you watch the replay, I need you to put it in the chat. It had to happen. It needed to happen. I had to go through it. Bishop had to go through it. I had to go. I had to pass the test. There are some things that you're going to go through in life, and you got to walk that thing out. You don't get to skip seasons. You don't get to skip chapters in your book. You got to walk that thing out. So I need you to flood the chat and say it and decree it on tonight. It had to happen. But I could remember my mother saying these words. She said, Laurona, these things were not done unto me to harm me or to hurt me. I understand where I'm at in the timeline of my life. She was in the hospital bed at Kennerstone Hospital, maybe about 2 weeks before she passed. She said it had to happen. She said it was done for the furtherance of the gospel. May you forever tell my story. She said, may my story draw you nearer to the cross. It was some people that had to walk out of my life. It was some people that had to betray me. It was some people that had to lie on me. I dare you to flood the chat and say it had to happen. But I decree and declare over your life, just like God told me in June, that the provokers are not coming out of July empty-handed. We're coming out with something. We're coming out restored. We're coming out renewed. We're coming out rejuvenated. I don't know about you, but I'm taking those words for my life. I know for a fact I'm not coming out empty-handed. And I believe the word of the Lord that we're coming out with results. Put it in the chat. I'm getting results in July. 2 weeks left. 2 weeks left in July. And we're getting results. We're getting results. Y'all got to make sure that y'all go over to LauronaPhelps.com. Provoke 26. You cannot miss this deal. It's now back open at a price it'll never be before. You need to be in the room at Provoke 26. It's shutting down on Monday. That's it. Go get your ticket. Y'all not taking advantage of that. We have Afterpay, Affirm, all of those things. You can't miss this opportunity. April. Everybody go, 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 go. Go get your ticket. Go buy your best friend a ticket. Aqua, y'all go. Go to the site, LauronaPhelps.com. Liz, go, go, go. Go get your ticket. It'll never be this price again. Take advantage of the 4 easy payments with Affirm. And I believe we have Afterpay. Go, 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 go right now. Listen, I will see you all at New Faith Christian Church. It had to happen. I'm wowed of look where God has brought us from. I'm wowed of the consistency. I'm wowed of the discipline. I'm wowed. I didn't think I could make it back here. I didn't know if I had what it takes to get back. But my husband covered me. God held my hand. He didn't leave me, neither did he forsake me, just like he promised. And y'all walk this thing out with me. And look at us, provokers. Look at us. It's getting ready to be a phenomenal second half. I'm telling y'all, we're not coming out of July empty-handed. You got to be at Provoke 26. Provoke 26. Go to Laurona Phelps. Sometimes life will make you feel like you don't have what it takes to come out of a season. And the season will try to swallow you up. But you got what it takes. You got. That's why I stood here. I stood here. Thank you, Liz. I stood here and I sat here in foggy seasons. I sat right here. And look where we're at. Look where we are at. I represent the Provoke community. My strength is your strength. My victory is your victory. My wins are your wins. Remember when I told y'all it was easier to lay in the bed and pour the covers over my head? This was real hard. I chose the hard thing. In order to go to the next level, you're going to have to choose the hard thing. I chose to be free so you could be free. Why do I do this? I do this for you. Why do I push? Because I am certain of what God told me. I need your help. We're going to the arena, and I can't go without you, and I can't do it without you. Provoke 26. I'm always transparent. It's open for a reason. We're in a phase in this conference where we got to make some stuff happen. I need you to go grab your ticket. Last special before they open up so we can make this happen. Everything we need to do, because we, just like we did last year, we'll be going into Provoke debt-free. We did it last year, and we're going to do it again together. When you purchase your ticket, it lets me know that you are with me. Go now, Cheryl. Go now, Pastor Cheryl. Go now. Go now. Go now, Tiffany. Go now. Your support means everything to the Provoke community. Let's do this again, and let's do it big. On Sunday, I will, for the first time, after my mother transitioned last year, I ministered one time at New Faith Christian Church, and I thank God for New Faith. I thank God for my husband. I thank God for my family. I thank God for my husband allowing me to recover and to rest. But baby, I'm ready. My husband called me, and he told me this week, he said, Laurona, on Sunday, I'm not preaching. You are. And so I'm thankful, and my spirit leaped, literally, because I know it's time. I am thrilled to minister at my home church, at my church, where my husband appointed me pastor of New Faith Christian Church, Eagles Landing. I am thrilled to minister the word of God on Sunday. I'm ready. I'm up. I pray that all the provokers come Sunday to 396 Eagles Landing. Bring a friend. Tell somebody about it. I would love to see you at New Faith Christian Church this Sunday. Stay in my story, because something big is happening in my story. A few of y'all already know I'm 6 pounds down. I look amazing. I feel amazing. You want to stick to my story, where all the information about what I'm doing is staying in there. I love you, provokers. I'll see y'all Sunday at New Faith Christian Church. Also, I invited you all on Tuesday to my husband's birthday celebration. I need all of y'all in the building on Monday, July the 21st. Everybody fly in, bus in, skate in, hula hoop in. Get a wagon out of your friend's garage and let them pull you in. We're getting ready to celebrate the man that covered, protected, and loved me throughout this entire year in one of the worst seasons of my life. I love y'all so much. I'll see y'all on Sunday because y'all said y'all coming. Don't have me looking crazy. I want to see y'all at New Faith Christian Church on Sunday, 11 o'clock a.m. Or just meet me in prayer at 10:15 because your girl have been there. Love y'all. See y'all later.